Chapter 7. A Quiet Rebuilding. Days passed slowly in Elder's Peak. Daren was granted a small dwelling among the outer groves, a home built into the roots of an ancient silver-leaf tree. It felt strange after so many years of wandering, to sleep in a bed that wasn't temporary, to wake without the constant weight of survival pressing on his chest. Elaria came each day bringing Kaelen. The boy would run ahead of her, his laughter echoing through the quiet glades, and throw himself into Daren's arms. He was still small enough to carry, though his energy was boundless, his questions endless. At night, they would sit by the soft glow of enchanted lanterns, and Daren would tell him stories, not of the dangers he'd faced, but of the stars and the places they once dreamed of seeing together. Yet even in this peace, there was a lingering ache. The elves were polite but distant, their eyes always watchful, as if waiting for him to falter. He was still an outsider, a man shaped by war and ash, carrying a past they couldn't see but somehow sensed. But with Elaria, that didn't matter. She was his anchor, the one person who saw him not as what he had done but who he was. One evening, beneath the boughs of the Starshade Tree, Elaria took his hands in hers. The tree glowed faintly with silver light, its blossoms falling like soft snow. She smiled, though there was a tremor in her voice. "Marry me," she said simply. "Not because we have to, not because of Kaelen, because after everything we still choose each other." For the first time in years, Daren felt something stir in his chest that was more than duty or survival. It was hope. He nodded, unable to find the right words. The ceremony was quiet but beautiful. The druids sang low melodies, the river answered with its own song, and the air shimmered faintly as if the forest itself was blessing the union. Kaelen stood between them, carrying 2 rings carved from starlit silver and whisperwood. When Daren and Elaria exchanged their vows, the Starshade Tree bloomed brighter than it had in centuries. That night beneath the twilight sky, Daren allowed himself a rare thought. For once he felt like he'd come home. Chapter 8. What Remains. Life found a rhythm. Elaria continued her role among the elven sages, working to heal the lingering wounds of the Cataclysm and to bridge the growing divide between humans and elves. Daren trained with the city's rangers, teaching them the swordsmanship of the old empire while learning the ways of the bow and the quiet patience of the forest. Together, they raised Kaelen in a home filled with equal parts discipline and wonder. The boy grew quickly, his spirit bright and curious. He learned to weave simple spells from his mother, to handle a wooden sword from his father. And though they tried to shield him from the whispers, he began to notice the way the elves looked at him sometimes, with awe but also fear. For even as peace held in Elder's Peak, the echoes of the Cataclysm lingered. The druids whispered of deeper omens. The fallen star had not been the end, it had been the beginning. Old slumbering forces stirred beneath the earth. Strange cults moved in the shadows, drawn by something they couldn't name. Portents appeared in the sky, fractures of violet light threading between the stars, just as they had before the world burned. Daren and Elaria felt it, though they didn't speak it aloud. At night when Kaelen slept, they trained together again beneath the starlight, steel and spell, side by side. Not because they sought adventure, but because they knew deep down that peace was fragile. One evening, as the 3 of them walked along the moonlit gardens, Kaelen stopped suddenly and pointed to the sky. "Look," he whispered. Above them, a single star flickered strangely. For a fleeting moment, it looked like it was cracking. Daren and Elaria exchanged a glance, their hearts tightening with the unspoken truth. This was not over. But they stood together, as they always had, ready for whatever would come. In the ashes of the fallen star, they had found love, and in that love, they would find the strength to face the darkness again.